particularly acknowledge the efforts of Merrill and the Leeds there as well for their hard work and vision in terms of getting the project off the ground. I just want to give a little bit of context in terms of my role and why I'm here as well. And as Derek said, I'm a minister in the Department of Rural and Community Development. I also have a foot in the Department of Social Protection, which is one of the main reasons I'm here today, because I oversee the Rural Social Scheme. And the Rural Social Scheme is one of a range of, I suppose, support measures that we have in terms of community employment and TUS as well. But RSS has, I suppose, the Rural Social Scheme has always interested me since I got into post, because I see great potential there, and I suppose it's already been acknowledged, to support small farmers. I come from a small farm myself in a very different location, so I have a bit of a grow for the Rural Social Scheme, and I'm very interested to see how we can maybe expand it out a little bit, see what other areas it can go into. So when I heard that the Rural Social Scheme was already involved in a scheme like this, I didn't hesitate but to take up the opportunity to come out here. And again, as Derek said, my two big things are the environment, climate side of things, but also the community and the social side of things, and the Rural Social Scheme marries the two of them very, very well. It's a very significant scheme. We invest 52 million euros in the Rural Social Scheme every year. We've got under 3,000 participants in it. We have more allocations than we have participants as well, so we're looking at ways of how we can encourage people into it a little bit more as well. The scheme is operated by the South West Mayo Development Company, and just acknowledge to being attended here today from South West Mayo. 211 participants, I believe, are in it.
In place, yeah.
In place. And just to say as well, I suppose we did make some adjustments to CE2s, but also the Rural Social Scheme just before Christmas that I think will help to, I suppose, maintain the capacity of schemes as well. I think there's about 30 participants in the scheme here that will be able to stay on that a little bit longer in it now as well. So if you're 60 plus now, you can stay on the Rural Social Scheme until you hit the pension age. I'm not going to speak for very long. I'm kind of more interested in listening and learning a little bit more about the project. But just to say and to make the point again, very interested in the Rural Social Scheme and where we can take it perhaps in additional directions and augment the kind of roles that it's playing here, particularly in areas of protecting biodiversity, protecting the environment, and climate action as well. And I know small farmers are feeling it very hard from a variety of directions, so I'm interested to see if we can take the Rural Social Scheme in a way that will help them as well. Particular bit of information that I think is important to say about Budget 2022, we have included additional measures in terms of qualification for farm assist on the environmental side. So for example, we have earnings disregard if you're in the sheep welfare scheme, the afforestation scheme, forestry for fibre, or the woodland conservation scheme. There's an increased earnings disregard in terms of eligibility for farm assist. So we are trying to move the Rural Social Scheme in this direction as well, but I suppose you've moved before us in some regards, so hats off for that. So look, my message here is that you've got an ally. I'm interested to support you. Like for me, the Rural Social Scheme isn't just income support. It's not just social inclusion. It's very much community development as well, and I think this is a really, really good example of it as well. So interested to have a few chats with you over the next short bit of time that we have this morning as well. So thanks very much.